शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। By analyzing the Brihadaranyaka sentences, it was shown that Atma is the Priyatama. That is, anything that is dear is for the sake of Atma and not for the sake of that particular object, etc. So the question arises, why Brihadaranyaka Upanishad has given so many examples? What is the reason for that? That is now being explained. Stanza 20. सर्वं व्यवहृतिष्वेवम् अनुसन्धातुमीदृशम् उदाहरणबाहुल्यम् तेन स्वां वासयेन्मतिम्। सर्वं व्यवहृतिषु एवम् अनुसन्धातुम् ईदृशम उदाहरण बाहुल्यम एड उक्तम। उदाहरण बाहुल्यम उक्तम तेन स्वां मतिं वासयेत्। तेन स्वां मतिं वासयेत्। So the reason for giving so many illustrations is one should try to discover this fact that anything that is dear to oneself is for the sake of oneself in and to all the different types of transactions in our life. So we seek so many things. In each and every one of these, the purpose is that we seek them for the sake of ourselves and not for the sake of that particular object, being, or the event. So this is what Brihadaranyaka Shruti wants to impress upon each and everyone, to make them discover that on account of this fact, Atma is the Priyatamaha. So, Atma is the seat of limitless love. So, and anything and everything that is dear to us is for the sake of oneself and not for the sake of that particular object, etc. Sarva Vyavahritishu. Sarva Vyavahritishu means in all the Vyavahara. Vyavahriti is Vyavahara. In all our transactions. What are the transactions? The transactions which are being taken volitionally, not by force, etc., of our own will, prompted by our desires, whatever activities we take to, that is what is called Sarva Vyavriti. That is, Ichha Purvakeshu Sarveshu Api Bhojanadi Vyavahareshu. Explanation of sarva vyavahritishu from the mula. So, sarveshu vyavahareshu, all the vyavaharas, in all the activities. What type of activities? Bhojanadi, taking the food, etc. means all activities. But what activities they should be? Ichha purvakeshu, prompted by one's own desire. The activities taken to volitionally, so in and to all these, so sarva vyavahritishu, evam, in this manner. What is it in this manner? As pointed out by Shruti, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. So, everything is dear to oneself for the sake of oneself, as pointed out in so many stanzas earlier based on the Brihadaranyaka Vakya. So, evam, that is Sika, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam bhavati iti uktena prakarena, in the manner that was analyzed hitherto by the author, in this manner, evam. Anusandhatum, to investigate, to ascertain. Anusandhatum means one should investigate and ascertain that anything that is dear is for the sake of oneself on the lines that were taken to till now. So anusandhatum means anusandhanaya, to investigate or to ascertain. Idrisham udaharana bahulyam uktam. Idrisham means this type of, plenty of examples are given, plenty of illustrations are given. So, idrisham, what are the idrisham? Like Pati, Jaya, Vitta, Pashu, like these all Veda, Brahmanyam, Kshatram, all these on those lines one has to inquire and ascertain that anything that is dear to oneself is for the sake of oneself. So, idrisham, Pati Jayadishu, Priti Darshana Rupam, Udaharana Bahulyam Uktam iti Shesha. Udaharana Bahulyam Uktam is told by Shruti. That is the purpose of the Shruti. Okay, and what is to be done? So, on these lines, one should know for oneself, or one should discover for oneself that because the love for any object, etc., is for the sake of oneself, it amounts to say that me is the seat of love. Me is the locus of love. I am the one who is most dear to everyone. So that has to be discovered. So, tena means tena karanena, because of that reason that everything is dear to oneself for the sake of oneself. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati, because of this reason. Swam matim vasayet. Swam matim means Swasambandhinim matim buddhim vasayet. So, one should take to that buddhi. Mati here, buddhi means that understanding. So, about oneself. What is that about oneself? Because of this reason. What is that reason? That everything is dear for the sake of oneself. Therefore, oneself is the most dear. Oneself is the most dear. Atma is the priya tamaha. Not priya, not priyataraha. Priyatama, superlative. So, Atma is most dear to everyone. Atma means oneself is most dear to everyone. That has to be appropriate. So, tena, tena karanina. Vasayet also can be taken as, that is, swam matim vasayet. Vasayet, viveka sanskritam kuryat. Means train your mind on that line. Means discover for yourself. Viveka sanskritam kuryat means discover for yourself that Atma is the most dear and not any object, being or event by themselves. So, tena karanena, because of that reason that Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Swam, swam, swasambandhinim matim. Swasambandhinim matim. Mati means we are the knowledge about oneself. What is that knowledge about oneself? Afterward, the Tika itself gives Priyatamatvanusandhanavatim matim. Priyatamatvanusandhanavatim buddhim matim. That buddhi, that wherein that it is ascertained that Atma is Priyatamaha. So that is mati is called Swam, that is Swasambandhinim, relating to oneself. Buddhim vasayet. Vasayet, the meaning of that, the Tikakara explains. Sarvasya api Swasheshattvavagamena Svatmanaha Priyatamatvanusandhanavatim Kuryat. That Sandhanavatim, there you can bring that again, Matim or Buddhim Kuryat. sarvasyapi. So for everyone, swasheshattvavagamena. Avagamena, by knowing, swasheshatva means anything that is dear, provided it is related to oneself as a something which is capable of giving joy, as a source of giving the joy or happiness. So therefore, swasheshattvavagamena, something related to oneself as a source of happiness. Therefore, svatmanaha priyasatamatvanusandhanamatim buddhim kurvat. Based on that, this knowledge that anything is dear, it is because of the fact that it is capable of giving the joy, happiness to me. Based on that, svatmanaha priyatamatvanusandhanam. Oneself is the priyatamaha, the most dear that one should ascertain. Kuryat means take to means ascertain. For this reason, Vedanta has given so many illustrations to drive home the point and make one understand that oneself is most dear. Now the question arises. Pura Paksha comes to say, sir, what you have said is not correct. Do you know why? First thing, you can't ascertain truth. You can't categorically define what is love. This exactly is love. Preeti you cannot describe at all. There is all uncertainty about love, and how can you say that Atma is the most dear? If you can define what is love, okay, then we can think about it. But here we find that the Preeti itself cannot be defined because it varies from the case to case. Instances are being given. So therefore, because you can't define or ascertain what exactly is love, you can't say Atma is the most dear. So that is what the doubt is there. For that, now in this forthcoming section, what exactly is Preeti? What do you mean by love? So that is now analyzed from stanza 21 to 29. Preeti Swarupa Vicharaha. So Preeti Swarupa Vicharaha, that means here inquiry into the Swarupa, the nature of Preeti. What exactly is this love? So what do you mean by Preeti? So love that is being now explained. Means what you want to do is, by telling what is Preeti, so how Atma is Priyatama will be shown. Because this Preeti, that means the love for Atma, is not like love for any Vishayas, etc. There is a distinction between the love for Atma and the love for any object being. So that distinction has to be drawn and thereby to show what exactly is this love for Atma. The analysis is being carried out. Atikakara connects like this. He gives what is there in the mind of Pura Paksha explains. Nanu Atmaseshatvena sarvasya priyatvoktehe Atmanaha priyatamatvam uktam anupapannam. Atmanaha priyatamatvam uktam anupapannam. Sir, whatever that you have told, that Atma has got the status of being the most dear, is not correct. It is not tenable. Why is it not tenable? Because, yes, and how was it told? Why will be seen afterwards. So, how was it told that Atma is the most dear? Like this. Atma Sheshatvena Sarvasya Priyatvoktehe. By the ukti, by the statement that anything that is Atma Sheshatvena means with relation to Atma, means as a means of providing the joy to oneself. In that way, Sarvasya Priyatvoktehe, everything is dear to oneself from the standpoint of Atma, for the sake of Atma. By such statement, whatever that was told that Atma is the most dear, this is not a tenable statement. Why is it so? The Pura Paksha gives the reason. Because Preeti Vikalpe Kriyamane Preeti eva Durnirupatva. When Preeti Vikalpe Kriyamane, when there are divisions in Preeti, in the sense there are varieties of Preetis, there is uncertainty about the Preeti. So you can't point out Preeti, love is exactly this. You cannot point it out at all. So Preeti Vikalpa is Bheda. So Bheda here because of uncertainty or varieties of them. So that being the case, because of the varieties of Preeti, Preeti eva Durnirupatva. Preeti itself is very difficult to describe. You can't define Preeti. So that therefore uncertainty about love is there. What exactly is love? You can't point out at all. Therefore, Durvirupatva, iti abhiprayena. With this intention, Priti Swarupam Prishati. Purvapaksha asks, sir, please let me know what is the nature of love, Priti, that you are referring, and thereby pointing out that Atma is most dear. I would like to know. What is the nature of love that you are referring to? Purvapaksha asks now, Chandra, Athakeyam bhavet pritihi श्रूयते या निजात्मनि रागो वध्वादि विषये श्रद्धा यागादि कर्मणि भक्ति स्यात् गुरुदेवादौ इच्छात्वप्राप्तवस्तुनि अथ या निजात्मनि प्रीतिः अथ या निजात्मनि प्रीतिः श्रूयते इयं का भवेत् केयं का इयं केयं इयं का भवेत् अथ या निजात्मनि प्रीतिः श्रूयते इयं का भवेत् वधु विषये रागः एवरीवेयर किम वध्वादि विषये रागः किम यागादि कर्मणि श्रद्धा किम गुरुदेवादौ भक्तिः स्यात् किम गुरुदेवादौ भक्तिः स्यात् इच्छा तो किम इच्छा अप्राप्त वस्तुनि तु इच्छा किम अप्राप्त इच्छा तु अप्राप्त वस्तुनि अप्राप्त वस्तुनि तो किम अप्राप्त वस्तुनि तु इच्छा. Can any one of these become Priti? That is what the question of the Purvapaksha. Vadvad विषये रागः. That raga, I will say more about that, with that hankering, that Krishna, that hankering about Vadhu Adi Vishaye. Vadhu in general woman or her bride. So, that hankering for a bride, etc. That is what is meant there. So what is this raga? We have to take raga as the Krishna, the hankering here. Actually raga is Sukhanushayi ragaha. Sukham anushete iti sukhanushayi. What is that anushayi? Sukhanushayi. Sukham anushete means that which is closely related to sukha, the happiness, as the result, or that is that which is outcome of the sukha. Means like this: a person who had experienced earlier sukha means he had undergone some experience wherein maybe a sense indulgence or anything, whatever it may be, he was happy on account of certain bhoga or sense indulgence. Now the impressions of this experience is left in the mind, and he would like to have similar experiences because he wants to have the joy. So because of that, what he does is he hankers for either that experience or the means that can provide that type of experience. So, Sukham anushayate, that is, iti sukhanushayi, means that anushayi means that which is closely connected as a consequence of earlier experience of sukha. Now that, or otherwise also you can take raga as sukhe tat sadhane yaha lobha or ya trishna. That is what is raga. So, that is yaha lobha, whatever that greed, or ya trishna, whatever that hankering is, that about what? Sukhe tat sadhane cha. For sukha. So that means that greed or that hankering to have sukha or tat sadhana means the means which can provide you that particular sukha, that hankering or greed for that. That is what is called raga. By the by, dukkhanushayi dvesha, because raga dvesha go together. Dukkhanushayi dvesha, dukkham anushete, it is dukkhanushayi. So, that which comes as a result of the dukkha means the person has earlier undergone sorrow, he has experienced the sorrow. Now what happens? He has got a revulsion towards that sorrow and those things which give him give that sorrow. So either he may have anger towards it or let me not have this. So that disposition, that is what is called as the dvesha. Or otherwise we can take just as raga, dukkhe tat sadhane ya jighamsa dvesha. Dukkhe means about the dukkha. Tat sadhane, about the means which give you the dukkha. Ya jighamsa hatu micha, that desire to give them up. So that is what is called as the dvesha. Now raga dveshas are not, of course other meanings can also be taken, but in this sense they are taken. These are not desirable for a seeker. By the way, let us see, why are they not desired? Raga dvesha, one has to neutralize, one has to get rid of them. That means one should not get affected by them, one should neutralize them. What for? What is wrong if raga is there? Raga is there means hankering for sukha is there. You are hankering for sukha. Is it going to provide the sukha? You may desire, sir, but you should deserve to get it, okay? You may entertain desires, but unless you deserve, you will not be able to get the sukha. How can you deserve to gain the sukha? Anywhere you have to apply for that. How can you deserve the sukha? Sukha is gained by sukha sadhana. You should have that particular means, object, etc. Okay, let us aspire for those whatever sadhanas which provide you the sukha. There also your mere desiring is not going to help. You should deserve. What is that deserve? What do you mean by deserving? You should have sufficient punya to gain those bhogas. I will act. You may act. Of course, you have to act also. But even after action, to fructify, that means if those actions are to fructify, enough punya also is required. That is why we find that there are many people who put so much of industrious effort and they don't succeed. There is other guy who puts little effort and what? He has got spectacular success. For the same thing, yes, sir. He accomplishes, but this guy doesn't accomplish. Why? Not that he lacks in efforts, but no result at all. So, actions are required, efforts are required, side by side one should deserve in terms of punya. Now, if a person has got hankering that let all sukha be for me, he is in for trouble. Right? It can never be fulfilled. And because it is not fulfilled, he is going to get disturbed. Vikshepa is bound to be there. So therefore, for a sadhaka, raga is not desirable. Same thing applies to dvesha also. So you may have a wishful thinking that let not the sorrow come to me. Not even the least trace of sorrow should come to me. You may have the wishful thinking, but here you already deserve to have. There you may not deserve to have the sukha, but here you already deserve to have the dukkha. Why? You have got enough capital of what? Because even a frown on the face is because of some papa in the past. Even a streak of smile is because of punya only. So maybe something may appear as nimitya to begin with, but finally it is because of some papa punya only. So therefore, dvesha, raga and dvesha. Now we are not concerned here with the dvesha. Our concern the raga, and that raga therefore, that Krishna, that hankering in this context, the Krishna, the hankering is what is the meaning of raga. Vadvadu vishesh. Vadvadu vishesh means for the objects or beings which I think will give me happiness, which I think will make me happy. So that Krishna hankering, Raga Kim, is it Preeti? Sir, do you mean to say this such hankering for desirable objects and beings is Preeti? One question. Or Yagadi Karmani Shraddha? Everywhere you have to take that. That Shraddha here is that attitude of trust. So what is told there in the Vedas or Shastra is true. And if I do this yaga, I will get the result in terms of heaven, etc. That Shraddha, is that attitude of trust towards the yaga, etc. Is that Preeti? Do you call that as Preeti? Yagadi Karmani Shraddha is that. Or Gurudevadau Bhakti hi Preeti Syat. Do you mean to say that devotion towards the Guru or Deva, Ishvara, is that you call as Preeti, love, the third possibility? Or Aprapta Vastuni Icha Preeti Syat. Is it that Aprapta Vastuni Preeti? No, yes, Icha, not Icha. That desire for an object which is not procured, not gained still. So that desire for that means an object which is not yet obtained, procured by the person, it is called Preeti? These are the questions. Now here you have to slightly distinguish between Vadvad Vishay Ragaha and Aprapta Vastuni Icha, because you can say also Vadvad Vishay Icha also you can say, because whatever that is not gained one wants to desire to gain. Slight distinction has to be made. Because in either case Krishna is there. In Icha also Krishna is there. In the Raga also Krishna is there. But with respect to different things. In the Raga, the Krishna is with respect to Sukha. Means from the standpoint of Sukha, when the Krishna is there, we call it as Raga. When the Krishna is with respect to Aprapta Vastu by itself, we call it as Icha. Towards which the Krishna is directed, depending on that, we have to use the word Raga and Icha. So you may say Vadhuadi Vishaya is what? Aprapta Vastu. That is true. But that means his intention is to point out to the Sukha that is gained by these things. Therefore, he has used the word Raga. So therefore, that is Raga is with respect to the Krishna or the hankering with respect to Sukha is called as Raga. And again the Krishna or hankering with respect to Aprapta Vastu, the thing that is not yet gained, is called as Icha. Just in this context we have to make this distinction because the person has used this with the different meaning. Now the question is, can any one of these four be Preeti, love? If you say yes, do you know what happens? Any one of these is not the other thing. All these differ from each other. So therefore, there is no certainty or definiteness about your Preeti. If you say that is Tikakara has nicely explained, you will put it. So you say like now before that, Atha, this word, Atha Shabdaha Prashnarthaha. Atha, in the sense of interrogation. Okay, is it so? So that's what is asking. So, Ya Nijatmani Preetihi Shruyate Yamsa. So therefore, Ya Nijatmani. So Ya Nijatmani means Ya Nijatmani Preeti Shruyate. Whatever that is told in the Brihadaranyaka. Shruyate means heard, means what? Reference to Brihadaranyaka Shruti. Whatever that is declared in the Brihadaranyaka Shruti, that the Preeti, that means the maximum love is towards oneself, and anything that is dear is for the sake of oneself. That Preeti that is saying, is it Kim Raga Rupa? Is it of the nature of hankering? Kim Va Shraddha Rupa? Is it of the nature of attitude of trust in Yaga, etc.? Uta or Bhakti Rupa? Is it of the nature of devotion? Yadva Icha Rupa? Or is it of the nature of desire? So, iti kim Shabdarthaha Chaturshu api Paksheshu. That means kim has to be applied to all the four possibilities. Now the answer is none of these can be Preeti because a given one is not the rest. But we explain, Preetehe sarva vishayatvam na sambhavati. Means all these four cannot be Preeti at all. Why can they not be Preeti? Reason is, Ragashched vadvadishu eva syat na yagadishu. If raga, hankering for Vadhu etc. is Preeti, it is possible for Vadhu etc. the object or being of enjoyment alone and not in the yaga. Because in yaga what you need is Shraddha. Shraddha is required. It cannot be with respect to yaga. Then if you know Shraddha in the yaga etc. is Preeti, then it can't be raga. Shraddha ched ragadishu eva syat na vadvadishu. If you say Shraddha about the yaga etc. is Preeti, it is possible only with respect to yajna etc., yajna yaga etc., but not with respect to Vadhu etc. Again, if you say Bhakti is Preeti, Bhakti state, Guruvadishu eva syat na itareshu. Devotion, if you say devotion is love, it is towards Guru Adi means Guru, Ishvara etc., not other. You may say Bharya Bhaktaha, that is different thing. So that is a colloquial way of saying, but it doesn't fit in the terminology of the Shastra. Anything that can be. So that is fine. That is a figurative way of explanation, but not, it doesn't fit well. This very clearly shows there is no certainty about this love, preeti. There are varieties of them. If that is the case, you are talking of prema, preeti towards whom? Towards Atma, and that you are pointing out to be the one which is limitless, etc. How is it possible? When the definiteness about the love itself is not there. So what answer do you expect? What was told by the Purvabhakta is correct or wrong? Let me know that. Is he right or wrong? He is right. What he said is correct. What he said is correct. Any one of these cannot be preeti by itself. So therefore, what the author says, you are right. Therefore, preeti is entirely different from this. He gives now the fifth possibility. That is exactly what the preeti is. What you told is correct. So that by itself is not preeti. That may be expression of preeti. That's okay. But what we mean by preeti or love is not any one of these. Then he gives, this is what, discarding all the four possibilities, this is what the preeti is being. Ukta prakara chatushayati riktam paksham adaya uttaram. Ukta prakara chatushayati riktam. Riktam bhinnam. So, different from the four varieties that were cited now. Paksham adaya, taking a stand different from all these four. So, uttaram, the answer is given as to what exactly is preeti. What is that love that is spoken here? Sarhastu satviki vrittihi sutamatranuvartini prapte nashtepi sadbhavad इच्छातो व्यतिरिच्यते. तर्हि सुखमात्रानुवर्तिनी सात्विकी वृत्तिः अस्तु, प्रीतिः अस्तु. सात्विकी वृत्तिः अस्तु में सात्विकी वृत्तिः प्रीति अस्तु. तर्हि सुखमात्रानुवर्तिनी सात्विकी वृत्तिः and प्रीतिः अस्तु. प्राप्ते नष्टे अपि and अस्याः सद्भावा. What is there? And अस्याः प्राप्ते नष्टेपि अस्याः सद्भावात् इच्छातः व्यतिरिच्यते. इच्छातः व्यतिरिच्यते. Tarhi. Tarhi means in that case. What is that in that case? Because Preeti cannot be any one of the four versions given earlier, in the earlier stanza. Means Ragaha, Vadvadi Vishaya, Vishay, Shraddha, Yagadi, Karmani, any one of these cannot be Preeti, cannot be love. Tikakara says, Preeti Ragadi Rupatva Sambhave Sati. When there is no possibility of any one of these raga that is ragadi etc. being preeti, because any one of these cannot be the love of preeti. Therefore, this is actually what preeti. Please make a note of it. What is it? Sukhamatra satviki vrittihi preetihi astu. Let the preeti be this. What is it? It is satviki vrittihi. It is that means antakarana vritti, which is sattvic in nature, but by itself will not be preeti. Because if you say sattvic antakarana vritti is preeti, there will be what is called as ativyapti. Can you point out? He says sattvic antakarana vritti is preeti, but there is some other condition to be fulfilled. But can you say other than preeti, what is sattvic antakarana vritti? Prama. Any knowledge is presented to us in terms of sattvic antakarana vritti. Any perceptual knowledge, need not be Vedantic knowledge only. Any perceptual knowledge is presented to us in terms of sattvic antakarana vritti. So therefore, sattviki vritti, if he says, prama also will become preeti. So it will be ativyapti. So therefore, he restricts that definition. How? Sukhamatra anuvartini sattviki vritti. It is not only that means antakarana vritti, which is sattvic in nature, at the same time it is sukhamatra means that which conforms to sukha and sukha alone. Matra word also is there. Merely sukha, that which conforms to only sukha, the joy or happiness, and which is sattvic in nature. Why that sattviki is brought and sukha matra is brought? If he says, okay, he could have already, he could have said possibly, Sukhanuvartini satviki vrittihi preeti, he could have told. But he has brought the matra, because if he simply says Sukhanuvartini satviki vritti, again ativyapti is there, because when you say sukha, and the Vishaya Bhoga Sukha is there, along with Vishaya Bhoga Sukha, Vishayas also are there. The joy that you gain on account of the indulgence in the sense object, there the Vishaya also, sense object also is taken for granted. He wants to exclude that Vishaya. He doesn't want to bring it. Maybe the joy might have been occasioned by the Vishayas, but he doesn't want to bring the Vishayas. He wants to take only the preeti aspect. So therefore he has a matra. So matra anuvartini, so to exclude the this Vishaya Bhoga, or also to exclude the Vishaya Bhoga, he has brought that Suketara Vidasarthaha Matra Shabda. If Nirnay Sagar publication is there, Tippanikara has given this. Before that he points out why Satviki. See, such preeti can be prompted by some rajasic things like anuraga, etc. Atra anuragechchayoho vidasartham satviki iti grahanam. So, vidasa is exclusion. That means to reject. So, exclude anuraga. Anuraga means passion, attachment, or ichcha, desire, which can be prompted by rajas. So, to exclude those things, he has brought the satviki. And if satviki is simply satviki is said, so what will happen? It can be prama. Therefore, sukhamatra anuvartini is brought. Sukhamatra anuvartinaha iti grahanena pramayam ativyaptihi virasta. If that Sukha-matra-anuvartini is not brought, simply Satviki Vritti can mean Sama, the knowledge. Any perceptual knowledge also can be Satviki Vritti. So therefore Sukha-matra-anuvartini. And in that Sukha-matra-anuvartini, that matra means eva, means mere Sukha is brought to exclude the Vishaya Bhoga, etc., because which have got accompanying sense objects with it. So therefore, what is now Preeti? Let the Preeti be that type of sattvic antakarana vritti which confirms only to Sukha, means which has got as its object Vishaya only the Sukha. That's why the Vishaya Bhoga is removed, because in the Vishaya Bhoga, object is beside the Sukha, also the actual sense object will be the Vishaya, the object of the vritti. Vishaya of vritti, object of the vritti, and Vishaya the sense object. This thing is there to distinguish between these two. So therefore, so that sattvic antakarana vritti, so, which objectifies pure joy as its object to the exclusion of even the sense object, that is what is called as Preeti. So that is what is called love. That is what is the definition of love or Preeti. So therefore it is Sukha-matra-anuvartini Satviki Vrittihi Prihi Astu. Let it be so. Let us take that Sukha. What is Sukha-matra-anuvartini? Sukham eva means Sukha-matram, mere Sukha alone. Anusrutya vartate, which closely follows that mere Sukha only, to the exclusion of rest of all the things. So that is Sukha-matra-anuvartini, means, in other words, Sukhaika gochara. Means that vritti which has got Sukha alone as a gochara, the Vishaya, the object of it. Means that sattvic antakarana vritti which objectifies merely Sukha and Sukha alone and nothing other than that. So that is what it means. Sukhaika Vishayika or Sukha-matra Vishayaka. Means the Sukha alone is the Vishaya of which sattvic antakarana vritti, that is what is called as Preeti, or that which confers to Sukha alone, such sattvic antakarana vritti is Preeti. Now the doubt may come here. If that is the case, Ichha also can be Preeti. Desire also can be Preeti. So therefore he distinguishes between Ichha, desire and Preeti. Ichha, a desire, is for an aprapta vastu. And in the case of Preeti, prapta or aprapta or nashta doesn't count at all. You have love for something, that means for particular thing, even if you have not got it, even after getting, even if it is destroyed. So there, but Ichha cannot be that way. Ichha, desire is for a thing which is not procured, which is aprapta only. So therefore is a so prapte nashte api asyaha. That means prapte means when it is gained, nashte api when it is destroyed. What? Sukhadau prapte, sukha etc. when gained or lost. So nashte api asyaha means asyaha preetehe sadbhava. This preeti continues to be there. It exists. Whereas Ichha, what happens? Ichha is there so long as the vastu is not prapta. Once the vastu is prapta, Ichha is the desire there. When the desired object is procured, that particular desire is no more there. You may have desire for something else which is not procured. So therefore, Ichha, the desire, ceases to exist the moment you gain the particular desired object. Preeti not that way. So whether you have got it or not got it, got and lost, then even then Preeti continues to be there. So therefore, prapte nashtepi, what? Sukhadau prapte nashtepi. Sukha etc. Even though gained or lost, so Adi means like all the raga, shraddha, bhakti, etc. In this way, etc. In all these, preeti, of course, in all these preeti is there, but they themselves are not, cannot be preeti. Earlier four varieties that are given, there is preeti, there is love is there, but themselves cannot be the definition of preeti because other thing cannot, a given thing cannot be the rest of preeti. So, prapte nashte asyaha preeti sadbhava. Sadbhava means because it is there. Ichhataha vyatirichyate. Ichhataha means from ichha, from desire. This priti vyatirichyate means bhidyate. It differs. So vyatirichyate, bhidyate, it differs. That is what Tikakara. Ichha tavad aprapta sukhadi matra vishaya. To begin with, the ichha desire is aprapta sukhadi matra vishaya. It is about sukha etc. which is not already gained. Yam tu means yam tu priti. Tu in contrast to that, this priti sarva vishaya. It is about all means whether gained or not or lost. So that is what is that sarva vishaya? Prapte labdhe sukhadau. Prapte means even that means when gained, labdhe. Sukhadau. When sukha etc. or the object of desire vishayas are gained, or desirable, or nashte api tasmin. Tasmin sukhadau nashte. Tasmin means sukhadau. Tasmin sukhadau nashte api. Even if that sukha etc. is destroyed, vishaye vidyamanatvat. It is there with respect to that particular vishayas or being, objects or being. So therefore, it is always there. Therefore, but ichha is only so long as the sukha etc. is aprapta. Ataha, therefore, ichhataha. Ichhataha means ichhayaha. From the ichha, vyatirichyate means vidyate. This is what the priti. It is a sattvic antakarana vritti which objectifies mere sukha and sukha alone to the exclusion of all the rest. It is all the time, it doesn't depend on whether the object is procured or not. That is what is the priti or love. Now, if this is so, other doubt can be raised. Love is such antakarana means, now for example, there is an object which gives you joy. You have got priti for that or not? Unless you have got that much of your answer, that is different. We are not taking it into account that. So you have got that priti. Now that object for which you have got the priti is a sukha sadhana. Is a means of accomplishing. For example, Anna, the Tikakara gives an example of food. You have priti for food. You have love for food. Why? It appeases your hunger. It nourishes. Therefore you have got love. Now this food is a sukha sadhana, the means of happiness. Now you are talking priti about whom? Atma. You have told us Atma is Priyatamaha. He is that means locus of limitless love. So Atma, that means the priti is towards Atma. That means Atma also is another sukha sadhana. Yes or no? That is the Purata. Something about which you have got priti is a sukha sadhana, is a means of gaining the sukha, joy. Now you are talking of priti towards the Atma. Therefore Atma also is reduced to a sukha sadhana, a means of gaining the joy. If it is sukha sadhana, what you have to do? You have to procure it. And it is different from food. Is the food for which you have priti same as you? No, different from you. and different from you have to procure. You may succeed, you may not succeed. Even if you procure, it may not be there for all the time with you. Because what is there? Agama apaya. Agama is there, apaya is there. Arrival and departure is there. So that is there. Atma will be subject to agama and apaya. Then you have to put a timetable. Atma comes at such and such time, departs at such and such. Morning 6:30 when you sit for meditation, Atma arrives. 7 o'clock what happens? Atma departs. Isn't that way? So, my dear sir, you are reducing Atma to a super sadhana by saying that that means Atma is a locus of love. Is it true? That is that question. No. It is not true at all. That is now being explained. Tika. Idanim sukha sadhana bhuteshu annadishu iva atmani api priti darshanad atmanaha api annadivat sukha sadhanatvam syad iti shankate. What is that? Now a doubt is raised. Is there a doubt is there? What is that doubt? Sukha sadhana bhuteshu annadishu iva. Like the means of gaining the happiness, like annadi, food, music, etc., which we think are the means of providing us the joy. So like that, annadi, iva, like that. Atmani api priti darshana. We have got love for food, music, etc. Like that, now you are talking of love for whom? Atma. Atmani api priti darshana. Therefore, Atmanaha api annadivat sukha sadhanatvam syat. Atma also should necessarily be a means of procuring the happiness. Iti ashanka. Therefore, iti shankate. So the doubt is raised, for which answer is given now. Sangha. Of course, 23 and 24 go together. Sukha sadhanatopadhehe अन्नपानादय प्रियाः आत्मानुकूल्यादन्नादि समश्चेदमुनात्रकः अनुकूलयितव्यस्यात् नैकस्मिन् कर्म कर्तृता अन्नपानादयः सुखसाधनोपाधेः सुखसाधनतोपाधेः एड यथा प्रियाः. Again add drishtaha. Yatha priyaha drishtaha. Continue with 24th stanza. Again add tatha atmanukulyat. There you separate atma and anukulya. In between adhyahara atma api anukulya. Atmanukulya is atma anukulya. Tatha Atma Atma api to be added after Atma api anukulyat annadi samahache. Then up to here is pura. This is the contention that is given. Answer is now being given. Amuna atra kaha anukulayitavyah. Amuna atra saha अनुकूलयितव्यः एकस्मिन् कर्मकर्तृता न स्यात्. एकस्मिन् कर्मकर्तृता न स्यात्. Now what the Puravaksha doubt, the doubt is, let us understand what exactly the nature of the doubt. अन्नपानादयः सुख साधनतोपाधेः यथा प्रियाः दृष्टा. We find in the word annapanadayah. Yes, annapanadayah means anna, food. Pana means drink, beverages. So, food, drink, etc. So, music, dance, whatever that may be, there is whatever that one thinks is capable of giving the joy or helpful to oneself. Annapanadayah, which is sukha sadhanatopade upadhe. Here upadhi is, upadhi also means a condition. Upadhi also means a condition. Therefore, or that is here we can take as upadhi, that is because of an attribute or peculiarity of its nature being the sadhana for sukha. Annapanadi being something which is the means of gaining the sukha. Because of that, sukha sadhanatopade, because of that, just as priyaha drishtaha are seen to be dear to all, because they give you joy. Tatha, in the same manner, atma api. We have seen now that you are talking of preeti for atma. So the other way now. See, annapanadi are sukha sadhana, therefore preeti is there. And you are talking of preeti for atma, therefore atma also must be sukha sadhana, like the annapana. So that is what is. So therefore, tatha, in the same manner, atma api, atma also, anukulyat. Anukulyat means being conducive as a sukha sadhana, being conducive as a means of procuring happiness. So it like this, anukulyat is sukha sadhane anukula bhutatvat. Anukulyat is sukha sadhane anukula bhutatvat. That is, it is anukula. If anukula means it is conducive. It is of the nature of which is that it is conducive to as the means of gaining the happiness. That is being conducive as sukha sadhana. Therefore, because atma being conducive is because the preeti is there, anukulyat atmani api anukulyat. So because that is it being conducive as sukha sadhana, this it is at par with anna etc., which is sukha sadhana. Annadi samashti. Therefore it is same as that of anna etc., which are sukha sadhana. It means if that is the doubt. Because that anukulya is there, means being that status of being conducive as sukha sadhana for atma is there. It should be same like anna etc. Means it is also a sukha sadhana. What he says is atma also is a means of gaining the sukha. It is safe. This is the doubt. Answer follows. Before that, let us do something. You can just take the tika, let us do it. Annapanadayah sukha sadhanatvopadhina. Upadhina means by that condition or that attribute or peculiarity of being the means for winning the sukha. Yatha priyaha drishtaha are seen to be dear to all. Atma api, so also atma also anukulyat. Anukulyat being conducive as sukha sadhana. Priyatva, therefore it is the atma is there. So therefore anna adi samanaha samaha. It is like anna, the same as like sukha sadhana, like anna samaha. Therefore annapana adivat sukha sadhanam. Like annapana, it is a means of gaining the sukha. Iti artha, that is what is the shanka. Now here the Pura Paksha has got some inference in the mind. That means a particular Anumana is in his mind. Of course, there is nothing what we have seen, but I am taking because there is one stumbling block is there in the Tika. Upadhi word is there. So that I will just explain tomorrow. In the Tika, we say Atra idam anumanam suchitam. Atra means what has made this Purva Paksha raise this doubt, or what is that at the backdrop of this doubt, wherein Atma is considered as the Sukha Sadhana because the Preeti for Atma is spoken. So he has got something in his mind. So he has got some anumana. That means some inference he has drawn which is wrong, will be pointed out by the answer. Vimataha Atma. The anumana is like this. Okay, we'll take tomorrow because it will not, time will not suffice.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महीषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः